Welcome back to ETV. Now, Sean the Movie Guy has enjoyed quite a few films this year. It's time to find out what his top 10 of 2010 are. Sean?
None of you will do anything except live the life that has already been set out for you. And sometime around your third donation, your short life will be complete.
Coming in at number 10 on my best movies of the year list is the thinking man's science fiction tale, Never Let Me Go, which asks the question of what happens if in the future, children are raised only to be organ donors and not humans in and as themselves. Thought-provoking stuff. Number 9 is a head trip of a movie, Exit Through the Gift Shop, which starts out as a documentary about graffiti artists, but ends up focusing on the filmmaker who's making the documentary itself. One of the frontrunners for this year's Best Actor Oscar stars in 127 Hours, the amazing true story of a mountain climber who's trapped underneath a boulder and has to saw his own arm off in order to get free. James Franco gives an amazing performance in this tough but life-affirming story.
Dreams feel real while we're in them. It's only when we wake up that we realize something was actually strange.
Inception clocks in at number 7. Now, I'm still not completely sure what's really going on in this movie about people who can invade other people's dreams, but I am sure that Inception is an audacious visual feast from director Christopher Nolan. From now on, stick together. Toy Story 3 is my number 6 film of the year, and what can I say? Pixar has yet to make a bad movie, and as has been the case in recent years, Toy Story 3 turns out to be another great family film.
The sheriff came by looking for my dad. If he don't show up for his court date, we're gonna lose the house.
At number 5, Winter's Bone is the bleak story of a young girl who goes searching for her father when he puts the family home up as bail and then skips town. Newcomer Jennifer Lawrence should get an Academy Award nomination for her powerful mainstream acting debut. Then again, the odds makers say that Lawrence will lose the award to Annette Bening for her role in The Kids Are All Right. The story of a lesbian couple whose kids go searching for their birth father is filled with great performances all around and turns out to be one of the best looks at the trials facing the modern American family that I've seen in years.
People want to go on the internet and check out their friends, so why not build a website that offers that friends, pictures, profiles? I'm talking about taking the entire social experience of college and putting it online.
At number 3, the story of Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network. Strong acting and a whip-smart screenplay make this one of the odds-on favorites to win the Best Picture Oscar.
Why am I the problem? I'm his blood. I'm his family. I'm the one fighting, okay? Not you, and not you.
A film that just gets better every time I rewatch it, The Fighter is both a feel-good sports flick and some of the best ensemble acting of the year.
My husband is, he's required to speak publicly.
Perhaps he should change jobs.
And what of my husband with a king?
And the best film of the year, in the movie guy's opinion, is The King's Speech, the true story of how stammering King George VI overcame his speech impediment in time to rally his nation against Nazi aggression. This is another film filled with great performances and a superb screenplay, which is why it's the other favorite in this year's Oscar race.
Your greatest test is yet to come.
What's he say?
I don't know, but he seems to be saying it rather well.
And those are my picks for this year's best movies. I'm Sean McBride, the Movie Guy, for ETV.
Sean McBride, the Movie Guy, joins us now. Now, Sean, how do you come up with a top 10 list?
You know, it's kind of weird because you see a whole lot of films, and you know, I see 200 to 300 films a year.
You see a whole lot of films.
That's right, that's a lot. So, and at the end, they're sort of apples and oranges. I mean, how do you say that a comedy is as good as a drama, which maybe isn't as good as a horror film? I mean, they're all different genres and stuff. Basically, you go through and during the year, you sort of make notes. Oh, this was a good film for these reasons. And then in November, you just watch all those films over again. So it's tough. But yeah, you know, you sit down and you come up with that list, and it's kind of interesting. This year, there's a bit of a consensus among the critics. The 2 films that are really getting momentum for the, you know, we start off the Academy Award process with our nominations. Those 2 films are The King's Speech, which was my number 1 film of the year, and The Social Network, which is winning a lot of the Best Film of the Year awards early. And that is, that's my number 3 film of the year. And then sort of the same thing's going on in the Best Actor and Actress category. So in the Best Actor category, you have Colin Firth for The King's Speech. He's probably still the front runner, but James Franco gives such a great performance in 127 Hours that you got to think he's coming up on the outside. And then on the actress, you have Annette Bening, who I think probably has already won it for The Kids Are All Right. But Jennifer Lawrence from Winter's Bone, this girl was 18 when she made this movie, and it's one of the best performances of the year.
Wow.
That's what you're saying. Those are the best of the year.
So on your list, if people hadn't made it to see as many as you have, what would you recommend, a couple of them that they should really go out and see?
Yeah, the good thing is that most of those films on this year's top 10 list were mainstream releases.
Right.
So you've probably seen Toy Story 3 and Inception. I mean, some really good stuff there. If you want to go looking for some hidden gems, I would suggest that you check out Never Let Me Go, which is a wonderful little science fiction film. It's a love story. It's about,
I haven't heard of either.
Yes, exactly. It played at the Flicks here, but not many people saw it. I think it's just a wonderful film. Like I say, it's a love story first, and then it's a science fiction parable about what happens if we start cloning humans and they become organ donors only. So what happens to their rights? Great stuff. Also, Exit Through the Gift Shop, which is out on DVD, so check that out. Just a wonderful, little weird documentary. It starts out as a documentary, but ends up to a propaganda, sort of a self-serving piece. So check them out.
Okay, and then your number one film, The King's Speech.
Yeah, great acting. Certainly, it's you've got to be a bit of an Anglophile to love it. It's very much inside baseball with the British monarchy.
Right.
But really good stuff, and that's playing over at the Flicks right now, along with Black Swan and I Love You, Philip Morris, and 127 Hours. Good stuff at the Flicks. So if you want to check out, get ready for Oscars, go to the Flicks.
That sounds awesome. Thanks, Sean.
Okay.
More ETV coming up next.